Welcome back to episode 307 of the Bad Taste Video Podcast. I'm Mike. I'm here with Grizz. We're diving right back into the anthology pool, staying in the shot on video realm, just where we fucking like it. But before we get into it, let's hit that intro. What a fucking title card, right? Sheesh. If you're not watching and you're listening, we are covering Satan Place, a soap opera from hell, a shot on video anthology from 1988 that pretty much hits all the notes of shot on video films that we love and is quite the spectacle.
Dude, I think we've possibly found like one of the best shot on video movies I've never seen. Like, I thought that like anything of this variety, I'm sure I've had to have like, seen this by now at this point. And I hit you up and I was like, this is my favorite thing ever, dude. I was like, this has everything that I fucking need, everything that I want, especially in this like late 80s shot on video packaging. This was perfect, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. This is a very expensive VHS tape, very hard to come by. I don't know what I was expecting with this. With a name like Satan Place, a soap opera from hell. When you first presented it to me, I was like, dude, I don't know what it is. You skipped through it a little bit. I was like, is it a musical or something? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I honestly would like, I've known about the tape for a long time because of like the high. I mean, this tape was like a higher value back when like, I was like,
always has.
Always
has.
Now I can't even imagine. It's got to be, fucking ridiculous. But this is like one of those occasions where this is like worth the price of admission, man. Like, there's a few times where like the tape lives up to the hype. If I paid what I had to pay back, when I was like really hardcore collecting, I've been stoked to actually like to get this movie, man.
Yeah. This is probably, I'm not going to say the best because I love all of these shot on video anthologies in a different way. But like this one is really, really high quality in the same way that like Chillers was like great. The same way that like Terrorize, I really like Terrorize. That's another one that's really good. Satan's Storybook. That's one that this also reminds us of. There's so many of these shot on video anthologies that are just fucking awesome. I mean,
this one is done just a little bit almost better though, dude. Like this one is like I don't know.
This had more of a budget, I think, than a lot of the other ones. I think this one. I think this one and Satan's Storybook probably have a similar budget, right? Would you say? And actually, Chillers is. Yeah, I guess, these probably all are around the same, but this one, I guess, is just written a little better. I don't know.
When I think of like a bigger budget, I'm thinking of like a Willie's or something like that. That got a little bit more money than I feel like, something like these did as far as like those like late 80s anthologies and stuff. And this is way better than fucking Willie's, dude. Like, this fucking rules.
Would you say this movie fucks, man? What's up?
Oh, hard, bro. I didn't want to go there, but you took it there.
So Grizz, why don't you give a little synopsis? How do you want to do this? There is a wraparound. It's tied into one of the stories. Actually, they're all kind of tied in a weird way. But how do you want to do this?
I think we do start with like, what is the wraparound here? Like, what's like that? That's like the main premise that we're dealing with, and then we can kind of branch off into like the individual stories.
All right.
And like the main deal basically is this chick is moving into a new apartment, and she's trying to find her way there, and she encounters different people along the way, and that's kind of where these stories branch off from.
Yeah, and the first story. We have an interaction with one of the main characters, like right off the bat, and you could tell like he's going to be a piece of shit, right? There's like she's asking, she's asking for directions, right? She wants to know, how can I get to this apartment building? I just can't seem to find it.
No, Humming Lane's about a mile down that way, but I'm not sure about those apartments.
Oh, I've been driving around in circles. I hope you're right.
I tell you what, about a mile down the road there's a bar. Yeah, we could have a couple drinks, famba, screw.
So this girl looks straight out of 1988. She's driving a sick Honda. And she ends up punching this sleazy dude right in the throat. And he has that real like 80s dad look with the mustache and the keys hanging off his belt loop and everything. But he is.
That's how my dad dressed. Dude. That's how my dad still dresses.
But he is one of the main characters of our first story. Grizz, why don't you give a little synopsis of the first entry into this anthology?
Dude, I was about to like jump into this one, being like, "Oh, this is my favorite fucking," and it's hard to pick because this is not like, I can't say this is my favorite. There's other ones that are coming up that are really good, but this is a fucking awesome way to start this anthology out. We basically have the guy we just saw going home to his wife, and it kind of like shows his living situation a little bit, and it turns into mayhem, and then it turns into dead body disposal.
Yes,
literally.
So you see that this guy's a piece of shit. He's an abusive husband. He's like telling his wife, "Get me a beer, get me this," and all this shit, and she just. You could see like she's cracking under the pressure, right? And we get a glimpse of that in a very creep show-esque way, right? Where like she has a daydream of pretty much offing this dude because he's a huge piece of shit.
It's brown and has onion gravy.
What the fuck is for dinner?
Oof.
It's lamb chops.
I had them for lunch. I gotta take a dump.
Fucking cowboy now.
Where's my dinner, you ungrateful bitch?
And she shoots him in the head.
Oh man.
Guys, give me a beer.
Oh, he gets that.
I live for this guy's line delivery in this movie.
It's so
the way
forceful.
he says everything is fucking perfect, man.
So what's funny is I wonder if that's like a nod to Return of the Living Dead. Remember the wife's like, when he's like, "What's for dinner?" And she's like, "Pork chops or lamb chops or whatever." And he's like, "I had that for lunch." And he's like a dick, right?
It has to be.
I wonder if it is. But I really do like that they interject this like very over the top type shit, because as soon as you start seeing things like that, you know it's going to be a good movie. It doesn't have to like hold that high tension, you know what I mean? That seriousness that some of these movies try to portray, but they end up coming off as goofy. This is kind of goofy right off the bat.
This is like that thing where like it pushes up to that line of like being ridiculous, but it has enough like balance that it's like, I don't know. It's not just like it's a dark comedy kind of like fucking thing, because it's not really like in that realm of movies. It's just this like really funny but like gory in a sense, shot on video type of thing, man. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's something weird about these kind of movies. Like I can compare them to like even like Video Violence 2 is like very similar to this vibe of just like
yes.
these shorts of like, you know, these really comical fucking things, but it's still like horror, you know, it's not stupid and goofy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. This next clip we're
No,
going to show.
This isn't stupid and goofy, dude. This is not.
So our main character, this asshole, ends up accidentally killing his wife. And instead of calling the paramedics, calling the police or whatnot, he decides, I'm going to dispose of this body. So there's this whole sequence of him, you know.
Well, she was bothering him when he was watching wrestling, dude. And like,
Yeah, he was. He
You
was
know,
watching wrestling. Yeah, he was.
that punch scene where he like punches her in the face,
Brutal, right?
that effect that they go into with like the camera, where it's almost like a weird like video game cutscene, like boxing game, where she's all like head thrown back in the
yeah,
fucking
the blood.
and shit.
It's
Yeah,
fun-
that was
it's
really
pretty
fucking
good.
neat, man.
But he's disposing of the body, and this is the scene where he's taking care of the head. And also, I will say this is a new contender for our wrestling theme song.
That's so good.
He's like chopping up the body, he's skinning the head, putting it in he's boiling it. He pours like the water from the head into a glass. And he takes a sip of it. And then he spits it out. I like that. Like you think he like turned into this fucking crazy, like psychopathic person where he's like blood hungry and all that shit. And then he spits it out. He's all goofy, fucking like.
I guess like the big takeaway from that is like when they have like the budget that they do and the effects are, you know, what they are as you're seeing, it would be really like, I would lose it if they were just trying to play it so serious. To have
of
that
course.
like edge of like, you know, this is obviously stupid in a sense, but like let's like, you know, make it the best that we can. Like that's what's like endearing to me about it.
Yeah, Cemetery of Chill. He's like Blackie Lawless. he probably Blackie Lawless looks more like the wife's head now, right? He looks pretty fucking
dude,
rough.
yeah.
I think EK saw them and he said he was a little rough looking, right?
Oh yeah, he said everything about it was a little rough. Have fun, Cemetery and Chill. I know you just got tickets. Have a good time.
Oh, did what's his name ever come back from France or wherever the hell he's living now? The guitar player. Remember he like moved away and he went crazy and now he makes the worst music you could ever listen to.
I think they just like there's like an interview recently with like him asking if like the guitar player was gonna ever come back and he was like there's no chance in hell he's playing with us again or something like that.
No,
So,
he's all fucking burnt out and stuff. He's done like chemical brain castration. Like, he's just fucking done. But you know, this guy, he tries to, you know, take care of the body, putting it down the garbage disposal and all this shit. And unfortunately for him, this is not the end, right?
dude, what a way
her,
to cap this story off.
Yeah, her quote unquote spirit or zombie, or we'll explain after.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Comes back for him, wants revenge. Another, like, is this like a creep show type thing? You know what I mean? Like something that tied you over?
I mean, now that you're bringing it up, dude, there is so much. Like, this feels like an homage to like to that. Now that you keep like making all the connections.
So blood starts shooting out of the sink / garbage disposal at him. He's making some hilarious noises also. And a zombified version of his wife attacks him.
She looks so good, dude.
Look at that fucking. It looks like the skeleton costumes from the Karate Kid, but with a wig on.
Yeah, the fucking bullies were wearing it. Dude.
Yeah, but it turns out that she's in fact not dead. He though died of fright, I guess. Would you say?
Yeah, was spooked to death.
Yeah. They don't really explain how that happened.
I assumed it was a heart attack. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
like when he, but
Yeah, they don't
he was
really
scared.
Yeah, they don't really explain. I like to think that he was scared to death, but the wife didn't give a shit and was gonna go hang out with the cop or the paramedic or whoever the fuck that was later on, right? She's done.
Yeah,
She's like,
that
this
was-
guy was a
yeah.
piece of shit. I am fucking out of here.
On to the next, baby.
Yeah. I really did like that. The husband's acting or the portrayal of the abusive husband is so over the top. It's not one of those ones where it makes you uncomfortable.
No,
It's
I mean, you heard him. He's
Yeah.
like, I gotta take a dump and shit. He's ridiculous.
yeah, it's super fucking, it's super fucking lighthearted to me at least. Obviously domestic violence.
Till he
not a good
kills
thing.
her.
Well, well, you know what I mean. Well, he didn't really though. It was all a dream, just so
No,
he
it was all a
dies. So our next one, Grizz, why don't you give a little rundown of story numero dos? There. We go.
This is a tale as old as time about drunk driving and the consequences thereafter, my friend.
There we go. So this guy is having a hard time. Another drunk asshole, another abusive asshole or something. Or I think he's actually getting rolled by his wife, right? Because they're separated or whatever. And there's like a guy in the background.
She's with another man. He's all upset. He's drinking and driving a little bit.
Not good. Not fucking good. But what happens, man, just like in Creepshow 2, he hits somebody with a car, right? And this is actually a pretty effective, low budget, like human getting hit by a fucking vehicle. It looks pretty
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
pretty visceral, right?
Huh? Are you fucking him?
Kind of looks like a young Terry Gordy.
Bitch! Die!
Got the cowboy hat on.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! He's got the boots on. He's driving that pickup. The song playing.
Music, dude. Yeah.
This
Anyway, the old guy is taken to the hospital, and unfortunately, he does not make it. After all, he is a victim of this man now, and it goes to pay some consequences to the driver, basically.
Yeah, and what's pretty wild? There's like a literal 6-7 minute like scene of them trying to revive this fucking entity or homeless guy, whatever the fuck he's supposed to be.
It was some of the best CPR that I've ever seen. I know some people would criticize it, but I think that they were trying to save that man.
They were really giving it. They were really giving it a shot. They were really trying. But unfortunately, he passes, and the guy's pretty distraught, right? It's not like he doesn't really give a fuck. He's like legitimately like.
Oh, yeah. Now is he torn up that the guy's dead, or that like he's like gonna face the consequences of potentially killing a guy and stuff like that? Because I thought it was more of just like he was scared of getting fucking busted.
Oh, I don't know. It seemed like he was like actually kind of like, oh, like I feel bad about fucking running this dude down. It seemed like he was a little,
He was
actually.
repentant at points. I could see that.
Yeah. But Grizz, what happens after he leaves the hospital?
He has another unfortunate accident.
He hits another fucking person. But is it the same guy?
It's the same fucking guy.
It's the same guy, and he says like not like they're never gonna believe me, not
Yeah,
two,
like, no
not two in
fucking
one,
way.
not two in one night. So
Yeah.
what's he do? He wraps the body up, puts it in his truck, and he brings it home.
Yeah, the only responsible thing to do at that
He has
point.
it. He has it sitting at the fucking kitchen table. The thing is like covered in blood. It's like powdered white, right? Like that was a pretty good effect. It reminded me of we keep saying like, oh, it reminds us of this or that. I don't even think it's an homage or whatnot, but it reminded me of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, when they have the body inside of the house and they just have it sitting there and they're fucking around and stuff.
Chilling corpse.
Yeah. But it's not gonna work out as he wishes, right? Because
This scene where he are we gonna play the next? What I'm thinking is coming up next.
wait, do we? I don't think we have the clip of that.
Oh well, I thought we did. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think we do, man. Of him getting overtaken by the two zombies. Oh wait,
I guess yeah. I guess some stuff did not upload like I thought. I was having computer issues. We'll blame it on that.
So eventually he is attacked and killed by this body, and there was a female one. Who is the female one?
Yeah, I didn't know who that girl was. That was never explained at the end there.
I don't know either. Is that, did he like kill his ex-wife or something? Is that what that was?
Okay. That would make sense, but they never like alluded to that or anything. But that would have been a good play after he was all pissed off at her. Like he blames her for all this or whatever.
We might have to. I'm gonna have to give this a rewatch and try to figure that one out.
Explain something.
But this one was kind of, I would say this was the weakest of all the stories in this.
Yeah, I mean it was fun. I didn't like. It wasn't like, oh, this one sucks. You know, it wasn't like that fucking like oatmeal talking fucking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Psychopathics is another one. Another low budget shot on video anthology.
Great Italian fucking yeah, dude. That shit rules.
Yeah.
That starts out awesome as well with that kid getting his arm cut off.
Yeah,
That's fucking so good. Yeah.
but I do like the guy that they have playing the main dude that ends up hitting the guy with the car and everything. I do.
Yeah,
like
they're all
how
fun characters.
Yeah, he's got the over the top fucking southern accent. The makeup that they used for the dude that got hit by the car. It doesn't look hyper realistic, but it looks good. It looks like it
Looks like a
for the
powdered
movie.
donut at the very end, though.
Yeah.
He's not looking great. Looks
Yeah,
like one of those dog turds that turned white. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of just giving him a pale complexion, they gave him a literal like powdered donut complexion.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a Victorian era fucking England. But this was probably to me the least of my favorites. Could have did without this one. I would have liked
The next
maybe
one is my absolute favorite.
Yeah,
I'm excited about getting to that
this is your favorite. Yeah, this is actually my favorite too, and this is also the longest one, right? Out of all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
So this one is about a couch potato, MTV brained teenager, I guess she is, right? Or maybe
Yeah,
early
she's a teenager,
20s or whatever. She lives with her mom, and she just can't peel herself away from the boob tube.
And this channel that she's like addicted to is one of the best channels ever, dude. It's
I
like
was gonna say we would be watching this fucking channel if it was.
oh, dude, yeah, like the sex and violence channel, and it's just like they just play like the wildest videos or like the craziest movies that are all like low budget movies. Why this is my favorite though is because this has like this crazy fucking thing of like another anthology almost inside of this anthology movie.
Yes.
Because we get like snippets of all of these different movies with title cards and fucking everything, man, that are like really fucking clever movie titles and shit. And I'm just like, dude, what? Who would have fucking thought to like have these mini fucking movies all of a sudden inside of this low budget fucking movie that you're making?
Yeah, this reminds me of I keep saying it, fuck. Like if you've seen Grindhouse, how they had like the Thanksgiving or whatever the hell it was called, and like the werewolf women of the SS and all, and Machete. That's what these movies inside the movies remind me of. Don't. They had the one that was like, don't go into the basement. Don't go into that.
Yeah.
Like all that shit. But the VJ, right? Remember that? That's what I guess this guy would be considered back in the
Dude.
day. This is your alter
okay.
ego.
is this not the coolest fucking like low budget movie character you have ever fucking seen, dude? This guy looks like he should be like on that video game Road Rash in the fucking cutscenes, fucking selling you like bike parts and shit like that. This is what I fell in love with, was honestly this character.
That's right, folks. Don't touch that dial or I'll break your face. This is too much TV. Non-stop, 24 hours a day. We've got
The girl's
sex,
like
we've got
not even
violence,
blinking,
we've got
staring at the
rock
screen.
and roll. Hey, and don't forget, we are the only channel that allows you to experience this in the privacy of your own home. I'm your host, Richard Slasher. Hey, but you can call me Dick.
Dude, that guy fucking
Dick
rules,
Slasher,
man.
bro.
That guy fucks for sure, dude.
That's your new fucking alter ego is Dick, Slasher. Yeah, I like that. Lit Lambo and Dick Slasher. There it is.
Dude, that's a fucking combo right there.
But this guy is basically talking non-stop throughout this whole segment until they play like the mini trailers and shit or whatever. But I absolutely love this character. He's fucking awesome. Now, we have a bunch of clips for this segment because there's a lot of parts to it. The whole thing, though, is that this girl doesn't listen to her mom. She doesn't help around the house. She don't do shit. She won't do anything. The mom is choking at one point. She fucking doesn't get off the couch.
Most of the people cough, like that's the whole, that's what I was heard. When someone's choking is just to let them cough it out.
That is not.
She's just basically totally inept. Like she just wants to sit there and watch this TV. And as she's watching these like little mini movies that this Dick Slasher is, showing her, she's having like these visions of killing her mother in all these like different fucking ways, kind of like based on the movie that she's watching and stuff. And I'm like, this is so fucking smart. Like this concept of like a television show, like influencing the fucking watcher to have these like visions of like murder and shit that they could potentially like play out. It could be a fucking like full movie,
Yeah.
You could easily make that.
This whole thing, this definitely could have been. Well, it's like Videodrome or something like that. Like they're just entranced by this. It's influencing their life. Let's see. We have one of the shower. What's the shower one?
Like is the intro, the shower intro.
Yeah.
This is just to give an idea of like how ridiculous these movies are. This is the one movie that
this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
I knew you'd like this one. That's why I pulled it.
Let me
I think it
just
sets up the shower scene well too that we're going to show next.
Yeah, this is a movie within the movie right now.
Yes.
Men forced to serve their time the hard way. They were bathroom bullies.
You see the mob in the shower now.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
So the mom is taking a shower while this whole thing is going on, and
There's a whole like monologue that you just heard that guy talking, and that like goes on about like what bathroom bullies is about. It's basically about a guy in jail like dropping the soap.
Yeah, it's
in the fucking shower.
It's like a women in prison movie, but it's guys.
Guys in prison. That's yeah, dude. That's exactly what it's like.
It's supposed to be like semi-erotic.
You'll see a small snippet of that movie here in our next shower scene, because that set up what's happening now. The girl's been watching this movie, and she's having visions of killing her mother now while she's taking a shower. There's bathroom bullies.
Yeah.
That sound effect.
All right, wait. So yeah, the mom is getting stabbed to death in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Sorry, in the shower. I can't even think right now. But this is really just like a daydream that the girl is having. Now, while that's all going on, you may have heard a. what that was, it was showing bathroom
That's
bullies
bathroom bullies.
on the TV. And there's a guy standing like facing forward, and then there's a guy that runs into the bathroom.
There we go. That was the way.
Bathroom
That was a good effect. that
that was-
movie fucking got me, dude.
Dude,
I
that
was like,
was-
holy shit.
That one really made me laugh. That one really cracked me up. But you know, that's not the end. That's not the end. She keeps having these visions and seeing Dick Slasher, you know, saying just kill her, just shoot her, or whatever. And like they show,
Shooter!
she sees a trailer that has it's like a gangster, like a, you know, an old fucking original Scarface type gangster movie, and you know they shoot the mom with Tommy guns and all that shit. But they also show one where what was it, the nurse, the one where it was like the nurse snapping and killing the
That one was really good too.
yeah. So eventually you see
I had
one.
so many clips, and I like can't believe I missed some that I've. But dude, like I told you, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to narrow this down." This
No,
movie
no.
has so many good scenes.
Yeah, let's roll the clip where the daughter attacks the mom, or at least in a daydream, and tries to smother her with a pillow. And this scene has something in it that I want to also reference.
Then sleep, bitch!
The mom was saying she was tired and she just wanted to go to bed. So she jumps on her with a pillow and starts smothering her. The mother looks like Lori Beth Denberg, or whatever her name was, from All That.
She does look like that girl from All That. That's funny.
This is great too.
Before have you seen a mop go through such abuse as in the Missouri Mop Massacre? Tons
Dude.
of abuse.
So after that, like, there's an amazing scene of that movie, Missouri Mop Massacre, and it's a Leatherface character, like on a dirt road, swinging a fucking mop around.
Yes.
like
Yes.
fucking Leatherface did the chainsaw. It's identical. It's, dude, I fucking cracked so hard at that, dude. I was like, this is amazing.
So now the daughter calls the mom a bitch, right? The whole time, the fucking like guy on the TV keeps saying bitch, but like the same way Freddy Krueger says bitch. Where how that's the big joke now, like they have it in Rick and Morty and all that shit. They did this back in 1988. They thought it was funny. They figured it out.
Bitch, like that's always been funny, dude.
She's upstairs, bitch. Like it's all
So like the cool concept is that like the daughter starts getting like the feeling that like the guy like that Dick Slasher is like interacting with her and like talking to her directly and like trying to like get her to kill, you know, her mom and stuff like that. That's like the whole thing that's leading up is that you're like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
he is talking to her. Like there is this weird communication. And that kind of leads us to our next clip where he's like, oh, let's take a letter from a viewer. And he starts reading this letter from a parent who's like, my
Yes.
daughter is a fucking piece of shit, doesn't appreciate me, doesn't do anything but watch TV. And he has a solution to her problem.
If you don't like the bitch, kill her!
the mom pulls
she
the
does.
daughter's the mom pulls the daughter's head back and slashes her throat.
Dick is happy as a clam. So good.
I like that he's Australian, right?
Yeah, that's a cool. It's a good play. That shot's cool too. The way like it's, I don't know, like she not being blue in front of it like that was super fucking cool.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I really, really liked that fucking story, that entry into the fucking thing. What a goddamn movie, man. Oh, it's just and we're not even done. We're not even done, man. We're not even done.
So this does something that I fucking really love, where it like kind of takes the wraparound that we started with and then turns it into the final story, where it's not just like, here's the final story and then like a fucking quick little fucking, you know, thing that makes it all like come together at the end. Like we get a full thing about like this girl looking for her apartment that we started with, it comes full circle. She's found her apartment, and the last story kind of unfolds with her love life, I guess, in the new apartment.
Yeah, something like that. I think she's trying to find victims or something.
Well, yeah, I mean
because
that's obviously what's
we
going on.
we see like newspaper clippings that says that she was like tried for murder, right? That was like a whole thing that we saw. But she has a dude that comes over for a date, and he is kind
Does
of
he
like
find a head in the microwave?
there's like cobwebs all over the wine bottles and shit.
Like he's not sketched out by the fucking severed head.
Well, he's
Cool.
like an awkward guy, right? They make it
Yeah.
seem like he's an awkward dude, and she's like really going hard at him. She
And
really,
she's a babe, you know. He's kind of a nerdy guy. I get that what's going on there too. Is that like he's like, oh, this is my chance. I don't want to fucking blow it, you know.
exactly. He doesn't want to say no and all that stuff, so he keeps going along with shit. He kind of knows though that like something is up, right? He knows that like everything isn't fucking,
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, as it seems, because she starts getting like hot and heavy with him, and she actually burns his chest, right? He like runs to the bathroom and he comes back out and he's like, 1 minute we're making out, the next minute my fucking chest is on fire. No, all my chest hair is burnt off and all that shit. And then eventually she asks him, this is one of my favorite parts too, it's fucking hilarious. She asks him like, would you let me tie you up? And he's like, I guess.
Well, first he's like, fuck no, and then she's all like, oh come on, you know, starts being a little bit sexier about it, and he's like, oh well, you know, I'm gonna give in. And he finally agrees to. I don't think he had this in mind when she said tie up.
Definitely not.
Dude,
but we know
this
some
is-
people that are into this, so I don't know.
Oh yeah,
He's wearing like a gimp mask that has like red lipstick on it.
it's like a homemade Git mask. It's like
Yeah.
the worst Git mask ever.
He's like squirming. He's like trying to talk. He's in the little black
That
underwear.
shot.
He does not look like he's having a good time.
Dude, this is so funny.
Eventually, she unzips it, and he's got like a ball gag in too. He's like, oh, he sounds like a bulldog running. Like he's having a very new experience in this
Yes.
on this date. But eventually, the true nature of this woman comes out, and it's not good for him. It ain't. Well, at least we think at first, right? So she thinks that
I thought it was curtains for our man here for sure. They lead up to that.
Yeah, so she starts acting all weird and shit. And she says, I feel him coming and all that stuff. And he has a funny joke there too, but we'll save that for the watch. And then she eventually starts like, things start getting weird in the apartment or whatever. But before she could do anything to him, his arm raises up, right? And he's got like a devil's reptilian
Paw.
hand. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess the devil was real. He was coming, but not into her, into him. And he does some Jedi mind shit, and he has the ability to just make your fucking chest explode, apparently.
It's shotgun hands, baby. That's the fucking the best power ever.
So she's like about to completely undress. And his hand comes up as the devil hand. His face is transformed into the devil.
Those
also.
fucking hands, dude.
Yeah. And he basically like, Dragon Ball Z's a hole in her fucking chest.
Hell yeah. Hadouken! And he fucking knocks her ass back.
And then he like fucking scratches it. Scratches it. No, that's blood from the explosion. I love this effect though. The devil shit.
Devil mask, dude, yeah.
Damn. See, everybody has to fucking watch this. This is the end of the movie. The devil's like, you don't think I like to play games too? And all this
The
shit.
devil loves games or some shit.
Awesome ending. Complete bookends the whole wraparound segment thing. Nobody comes out on top in this except the wife, I guess, from the first
Yeah.
one.
She's moving on, you know,
Yeah.
gonna date a paramedic. She's got her shit together.
Yeah, she's moving on up. But Grizz, I think this is probably one of the best movies we've covered in the 307 episodes. This is really up there. Yeah. This is legendary.
this
This
is
is
Hall
bad,
of Fame.
bad
this
taste
is
Hall of Fame shit.
Oh yeah.
This is really
Yeah,
good.
it wasn't even, I didn't even have to ask. I just knew it was. I mean, it's fucking incredible.
This is normally I'm one of those people that, well, I used to be, I guess more so than now, where I was like, wait to find the tape, make it kind of special, like your first watch or whatever. This one,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
go watch it on fucking YouTube. It's on there. 1000% worth watching. 107 minutes again, I think, right?
Yep,
Super
that's
quick
exactly what it
watch. There's multiple fucking stories in the whole thing, so everything moves along really quickly.
I mean, if nothing else, watch that third fucking story. It's
Just watch the
that
first
one
one.
alone.
If you could like
Oh,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
one, if you like the first one, then just keep
First
going.
one is super good too. You're right, dude. That's what it's a toss up between which one's better, honestly, the first story or the third story. They're both fucking top notch.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a ton of homages to other films in this. And remember, it's the late 80s, so like the thing with the bitch, like the Freddy Krueger bitch thing, that like it's now funny now.
Bitch is relevant.
Yeah, like they did it in the late 80s, and to have such a high quality anthology film that was shot on video or whatever, it's fucking great, man. I really, really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. Satan Place, a soap opera from hell. Now, next week.
Shocker, man.
No, not Shocker, bro. Not Wes Craven's Shocker. Get out of here.
Sorry.
Next week, next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Now I'm all fucked up. Next
Let's see what you
Tuesday
did.
night- God damn. Next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@badtastevideopodcast. We will be covering Cradle of Fear, the Danny Filth fucking
Why do we do this to
low
ourselves?
budget horror film that came out in 2001. I have this movie. I've owned it for quite some time. I actually have never watched it though. I've seen clips.
Really?
I've seen clips. I've let me put it like this. I've watched it, but I didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get to watch. I'm gonna
get
get
to
to
the
watch
bottom
this.
of it, I
I'm gonna get
guess.
to watch this like 4 times. I am pretty. I don't know, man. Am I excited about this?
Man.
Am I excited?
I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it. Maybe I'll have, I can't. You know what?
All right, let me
Maybe
put
I'm
it
gonna
like
really
this.
enjoy this.
Let me put it like this,
Because-
dude. Alex Chandon did this.
Okay. I don't
Drill
know.
bit,
What
bad
is that?
karma.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's probably. Oh yeah, he's British. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'll even
God.
say this.
Cradle of
Filth. As a younger man, I would agree that Cradle of Filth fucking sucks. Okay, I've said that for a long time. Now, as I've gotten a little bit older, I've come to realize there's a select tasting of Cradle of Filth songs that you can dabble into. It's the same thing with Demu Borgir. There's a handful of the early stuff that you can get into that I think is okay to listen to. But yes, most of it still is garbage. Anything with like a lot of opera in it, I can't do. So we'll see how this movie goes overall.
dude, I want you to go and listen. Do you know Dusk in Her Embrace? Do you know that album?
Yes,
Like
yes,
the mid '90s
yes.
one? Like that's good fucking Cradle of Filth.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
like
her Ghost in the Fog is one of the fucking
there
coolest
you go.
fucking songs.
My man.
I'll
My
fuck
man.
with that all day, dude.
See, that's
Come
the
on.
good shit. That's the good shit, man.
Yo, Doug Bradley's in that fucking song.
Like in the song?
The fucking one voice, the fucking lower fucking voice and shit. I think I'm almost positive. Fucking Doug Bradley does a voice in that song.
Dude, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
Another
cool.
British guy.
There you go.
Yeah, Dimmu Borgir is good. You can't be on both sides here. Get out of here, Cemetery. And shit.
I never liked them. I was never into them. I don't know what it is. It's just one of
Go
those
back and
bands.
check out some of the early stuff. I think you'll. Like I said, it's just like fucking Cradle of Filth. You can't listen to all of it,
Yeah.
but there's a few things you'll find.
Yeah, usually you got to go like look as the colors on the album decrease, the quality increases. that's the whole. thing.
It's the same, dude, and it's man, fucking Behemoth. It's the same thing with Behemoth. If you go back to like the mid '90s Behemoth albums, they are fucking incredible. And then as like they got more popular and they got more money for production and all that shit, and just like, you know, it changes, you know, how they sound now and stuff. But that early stuff, man, that shit is fucking good.
Well, I guess we're on the right track then right now because we're
we might as well jump into it.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into the wide world of metal. Grizz, what do we have this week?
We're gonna crawl over there, man, with the fucking a band from Sweden, Swedish death metal, man.
Yeah.
Which is this band itself kind of has like more of a hardcore influence in a way to me. I don't know. We'll get into that a little bit, but the band is called Crawl. This is a few of their newest tracks. What I kind of like was in a rush to make all this happen because I was having some audio issues, so I don't think Mike had too much of a chance to digest, you know, everything that I sent to him.
No, I know
but,
what this
you got the gist of it.
Yeah. I know this. This is like it's like a throwback to like the Gothenburg sound. You know, that's sort of like at the gates death metal, an HM2 band. This has a similar vibe to like Trap Them, but more metal. A little bit more like, I guess, intricate.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, there's parts of this album that kind of teeter on like that like metalcore sounding thing, and I think that's more production than it is the actual band, because like this band is heavy on like groove at certain points, and they have a lot of like, you know, what I absolutely love is those like really hooky driven fucking songs where like you get into these like certain parts where you just have to fucking like headbang to that shit, man. I think that's what like is like the tenement of like what a great death metal band is if it like forces me to want to do that, and this band absolutely does that.
Yeah, that's why you love Slam so much, man. That's what's up. So
yeah, that's my new shit, dude.
Grizz, why don't we play what do you want to play first?
I don't know. This is off the Altar of Disgust album. Let's start with Enslaved in Filth. This is a good one.
The vocal production is awesome.
Really good. I love that.
Like Napalm Death.
Double sound awesome. Artwork is super cool for the album too.
Ooh, wait, next one. I'll get out of the way. I am not sick of the HM2 sound. I love the HM2 guitar tone. I think people just hate on it because it's really hard to dial in and really hard to record correctly.
This sounds really good on this album,
dude.
They definitely have it dialed in.
If you dial it in, like if you get that tone, it's got such a low end to it. The guitar is so thick sounding. Like, I don't know. Have you ever played an HM2 like live through like a full size like rig, like a live rig?
Not in like a band, you know, atmosphere or anything like that. I mean, I've played it through like a 12 combo, like that kind of thing and shit, like at my house and stuff. But never like,
so like
I'm gonna dial this in for like a show or anything.
Yeah, bro, you fucking turn everything up all the way. And I used to play it through my 2 full stacks. I'd be sitting there just going. Dun, 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 dun.
Just all the fucking low end it can take.
And you just feel it like in your chest, your stomach would like rattle. It's like, wow, this is sick. But like every time you stopped playing, it screamed. It wasn't even a squeal, it was a scream. Man. And I never used.
You'll know a band that's using it by that fucking when they let out the fucking strings and it just dude. 100%.
And I hate using noise gates. I fucking hate that shit. But
no, it's too mechanical, dude. I always fucking shit on those things. I use all these like new fucking like plugins that are like, you know, we use those like the fuck is the name of that?
Yeah, I use all like Neutron and Ozone and all that stuff that have noise gates that are digital, which are way different than, you know, using
honestly, even on my Nerdle DSPs, dude, I just fucking take all that shit on the fucking noise gate and I turn it right off. I don't want any fucking gate on my fucking guitar tones. It just makes it too choppy and like I don't know. I hate that abrupt fucking cut.
I haven't used one since my band that I was in with Anthony. So that like ended. That was like fucking 12 years ago now or something like that. That was the last time I used a noise suppressor with a band. After that, I just kind of started embracing the feedback. And
I like it.
yeah, man, when you have like a full, when I have that like Mad Amp, dude, the Mad Amp fucking cranked with the 25150s or whatever, like it's loud as fuck. And eventually like that puts you in a weird, like you start to get brain damage from it, I think. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what happened with us.
It's a great
all the fucking doom.
Dude, I can't hear shit. I got fucking tinnitus. I don't know.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Grizz, why don't we play Until They Crawl? I like that one.
You
That was a
just
good
fucking
one.
picked it.
Good
Great
kick bass.
feedback.
See, I love this is like an in-tune type riff, like a Wolverine blues type. This shit's awesome.
Vocals crush.
This is awesome. This is good gym music.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This
wait.
is good shit, man. I really like this one. We got one more, Undead Crypt.
Yeah, let's let it rip.
The production is great. Seriously, this is sick.
This is right up my alley. I love riffs like this. Yeah, this shit rules right here, dude.
Dude, HM2 black metal riffs are fucking sick. Like,
Yeah, that sounds so good.
that's evil as
Like,
fuck, man.
That's way fucking better than I thought it was gonna sound.
you need to buy-
Like,
dude,
if you
go-
told me you were gonna use an HM2 for that, I'm like, it's dumb.
Dude, you need to go buy one. You need to get one.
You're convincing me.
They
through this
don't-
2 minutes we've been talking about.
Don't
it.
even go buy the fucking originals. Don't go buy, dude. Go buy the Waza one, the new shit that they fucking came out with. It's
All that
fucking-
Waza stuff is incredible. Dude.
I have the
It's
chorus
worth
pedal.
the extra money.
Dude, I have the chorus pedal. It's great. It's awesome. It's really, really good. I also have the chorus, the Clark Technique, whatever. What the hell is this thing? It's supposed to be like
Clark
the old,
Clark.
like an '80s Roland chorus or whatever. But dude, those Wazacraft things are great. Definitely go get that HM2. But this band, surprisingly, usually when I hear the HM2, my eyes start to roll. But this band pulls it off, and I think it's because they add those touches of like black metal riffs and like the groove and like that like Entomb type groove riff, like the death and roll type shit.
I'd be interested to see how like what they sound like live because I think a lot of like what helps that HM2 sound is the production of the vocals filling a gap in like that sound that normally wouldn't be there. A lot of that low end and stuff like that. I think the vocals are filling a void where that HM2 is not.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if they could do that live, I'm sure it would sound just as good. But that's like the big trick is like, how does a band sound compared, you know, in a live setting to, you know, that's always like the big like test in my opinion. I want a band to sound as close to an album as possible when I go see them live.
Yeah. I always felt like I was never able to capture my live sound when I recorded because it was just
I feel like it's impossible, right?
it's just it's like it would be far too much. I used to literally if people we obviously record in front of green screens, but like if you see to my right, I have like two freaking 25150s, a Mad Am Green, a GT150. I have like a PV Mark IV up there. I also had the PV Butcher, and I would be running 3 of these things through 4 cabinets. Like, how do you replicate that? Like, and have it not sound like shit when you
It sound
record?
like mud if you fucking pushing that much
and then like,
on the
and then
recording.
my bass player gets to record fucking, you know, he gets two tracks. Like, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard shit. But I feel like the HM2 bands, like I've seen Trap Them a couple times, and like the dude nails the sound live. Even from I don't know, just like I don't even know if like Entombed and them still even use that shit. I don't know if they still roll with like does At the Gates still use them and all that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh man,
But
Gates.
But this band's pretty good, man. I like this heavy shit. Good gym music. Like you said, I didn't get to listen to as much as I would like to, but I'm gonna add this to my iTunes library and definitely give it another listen.
You like this?
Yeah.
Big shout out to fucking Swedish death metal, dude. I've always been a fan, and it's cool to see a new band kind of like
going in that
keeping up the
direction.
tradition in a way.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Next week, we will have round 2 of our original songs. Our slam finale, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, slam
finish that
finale next week. And we'll see. Maybe we'll put another task. We'll do another musical task. We'll say, I've been saying, like I said, country music. I don't know. I'll get the banjo out. I'll get the acoustic out.
You're gonna fucking sing some country songs.
Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get a guest for that one.
No.
Oh, I gotta say it?
If we're doing it, you gotta
Okay.
fucking sing, bro.
I'll do it.
I'll fucking sing.
I don't know if I
You
can.
gotta fucking sing.
I gotta get like a low voice. I gotta sing in this fake voice.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna
Do it
sing
in
it
that
up.
tone. Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna sing it in this low voice. or
good shit.
or I gotta start trying to figure out how to do the nasally shit.
Like the fucking Hank Williams. Fucking.
Nah, that's the shit of my people, man. The West Virginians
just
and all
sound like
that shit.
Ernest, and you nail it, dude.
I'll start practicing. We got a little bit of time. But Grizz, I think that just about wraps it up for this week, right? I don't think we have anything else. Next week, like we said, we're going to be watching Cradle of Fear, the Cradle of Filth horror movie, which is absolutely fucking hilarious. And I wish I knew about it when it first came out. I think I would have found it even more entertaining. But hey, man, better late than never. But that's going to be next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@badtastesvideopodcast. Grizz, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Kane_enabler.
And you can find me at Bad Taste Video Podcast. And you can find everything we do at www.badtastevideopodcast. If you want to sign up for our Patreon, I got a few things up there that aren't on the internet, but really it's just there for you to help us keep the lights on, the website
Donation
up.
box at this point.
Yeah. Shit, just a couple more and we could pay for our Dropbox file. No, I'm just but I'm pretty pumped.
That's the lifeblood of this organization. I'll have you know that fucking Dropbox
We
keeps
need-
things alive.
We need to get sponsored by Dropbox. That's for sure. One day, maybe.
Honestly.
We need a sponsorship from Dropbox, Jackson Guitars, ESP,
Moe's, Moe's food.
Moe's,
That fucking Mexican
Olive,
restaurant, dude.
Olive Garden. Oh, dude, Michelle loves Moe's.
dude.
Olive
Smart
Garden,
girl.
Chili's, Doritos, Prime. Anything else, man? If any of you have like a hookup at any of these places, maybe Brian Paulin can start sending me the DVDs for free because I literally
That's a
bought.
good start.
I've bought so many Brian Paulin DVDs. It's fucking crazy. But they're all worth it. They're all worth the money. But Grizz, is there anything else before we wrap this up? I don't want you to feel like, we got off and you're like, shit.
No, I'm tapping out, dude. I'm done.
All right.
I'm giving up.
All right. So Grizz, I had a good time this week. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody listening. If you're watching this later on, you can join us every Tuesday and see it done live, and you can interact with us via chat. And you can listen to it anywhere where podcasts are hosted. Like I said, next week for the millionth time, we will be watching Cradle of Fear, which is available somewhere on the internet. Oh, it's on Tubi. You can watch it on Tubi if you want.
Yeah, figured out.
And I will have my last Fast and the Furious song, and you will have I'm not going to say the last Zelensky song because I don't think that's over, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see. But thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you next week.